Representative Phelps, great to talk to you.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
And great to talk to you, especially considering the big win yesterday. The Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals has ruled the Illinois concealed carry ban unconstitutional. You've been fighting this fight for a long time. Were you surprised by the decision?
Well, yeah, and we've been fighting for this for over 10 years. That's how long I've been in office. And I was surprised. I thought always we were going to get a favorable ruling, but I never thought we would get the kind of ruling with a mandate in it that Illinois had 180 days to get a concealed carry bill passed. So Christmas has definitely come early for law-abiding gun owners, and I just want to thank the Federal Court of Appeals for ruling in our favor like they did.
And when you look at the decision, I mean, Judge Posner, he used some strong language to lay out why they decided what they decided. I mean, he declared that the right to self-defense is, quote, broader than the right to have a gun in one's home.
Especially when he said you have the right to defend yourself outside the home just as much as the right you have to defend yourself inside the home. So that speaks volumes. That's what we wanted. We were worried that they were going to try to make a ruling where Cook County and Chicago could do one thing and the rest of downstate could do another. But as far as I can tell with the ruling yesterday, it's every citizen in Illinois is going to be affected by this. So we're very glad, and it's just a huge, monumental victory.
It really is. I mean, he talked about Heller and the importance of the decision by the Supreme Court, but I also thought it was very significant when he said that Illinois had to provide us with more than merely a rational basis for believing that its uniquely sweeping ban is justified by an increase in public safety. It has failed to meet that burden.
Well, no doubt. And then if you look right now, and I know you all know this, but if you look right now, the strictest gun laws in the country come from Cook County and the city of Chicago, but yet have the highest gang activity. They have the highest shootings. They have the highest crime rate, the murder rate. So obviously their strict gun laws are not working. I guarantee you concealed carry will work.
Mm-hmm. So the court has given the legislature 180 days to draft a new concealed carry law. But already you've got the attorney general that's reviewing it. The governor is reviewing it. And they may appeal the case to the U.S. Supreme Court. Your thoughts on all of that?
Well, you know what? I would tell them that they better tread lightly because, you know what, that might give us another victory even if they do appeal this because you got states like Hawaii and you got states like New York, New Jersey, and California that have May issue. If the Supreme Court upholds the decision we got yesterday, then the May issue may go away, and this may be a win for all gun-abiding citizens all over the country. So if I was some of those states, I would tell Illinois, hey, you better not do this because you're going to ruin our chances with our May issue. But I just don't know if they'll do it or not. I mean, I'll be surprised if they do, but they cannot believe the victory that we got yesterday. They still cannot believe that the ruling went down the way it did.
What are you hearing from your colleagues?
Well, I'm actually you know what, it's funny. I'm getting a lot of, people congratulating me and things like that, but I'm getting some feedback from some legislators up in Cook County around Chicago that have always voted no for concealed carry every time I've sponsored the bill. But now they've said, you know what, the courts have spoken. So, we ought to go along with that. Let's get this issue off the table. Let's make a reasonable concealed carry bill and, go on to the other issues. So, we want to make sure we do this right, and we will because we've been waiting for this for such a long time.
But if they were to move forward with the appeal, how does that affect what you do within the time frame of the court, which is 180 days?
Well, that's the thing. So, they've got a bigger problem on their hands. If it goes past 180 days, then in Illinois, if you have a valid FOID card, then constitutional carry sets in. So I could take a rifle, strap it on my shoulder, walk down Michigan Avenue in Chicago, and they couldn't do anything about it. So they've got bigger problems if they stall this out.
You've got the House Majority Leader, Barbara Flynn Curry. She's saying, hey, you know what? She's hoping they appeal it. She says this is going to be a tough battle. I'm sure you're ready for another tough battle.
Oh, we've been battling for years, and even before I was a state legislator. I mean, back in when my uncle David was a state rep, and Representative Joe Brunsvold that used to do the concealed carry bills. We've been waiting. We've been doing this and fight for years. We can fight a little bit longer, and we always will. We'll never go away. I guarantee you that. But Leader Curry said something yesterday that she said, "Well, there's going to be a lot of maniacs. We don't want a lot of maniacs running around on the streets with guns." Well, that's already happening in Chicago, and they're called gang members.
Sure.
And that's the problem right now. And we're at their mercy because we can't defend ourselves. So, hopefully that's all going to change.
Yep. And, another thing I thought that was very strong that the judge said is he said there is no turning back by the lower federal courts.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I don't know if we could have written a better ruling than what we got yesterday.
And gun owners have been fighting this fight with you all along, and you're going to be moving ahead. And, what do you think? How soon do you think you're going to have a law on the books?
Well, you know what? We started talking about that yesterday. Your NRA lobbyist, Todd Vandermine, that does a great job. We were talking about that yesterday. I don't know what the Speaker and the President of the Senate's going to do. If I was them, we got lame duck session coming up January 3rd through January the 8th. If I was those leaders, I would go ahead and just get this done and, quit trying to do appeal, quit wasting more time. I would go ahead and get it done before the new General Assembly comes in. I don't know if we can get one done that quick, but I still have some hope that we can, put this behind us because what a great victory for the NRA. What a great victory for us. But more importantly, what a great victory for the gun owners of Illinois.
Absolutely. And as you said, it's a mandate. So what does the governor do? I mean, he's made clear he doesn't want this.
Well, it's funny because we haven't heard anything from him. He's appealed a lot of decisions through the courts. I just don't know if he understands what he's getting into if they appeal this. So it's going to be very curious. I have not talked to him or his staff. I think they're reviewing the case, but it's going to be very interesting what he does on that.
Yep. You don't have any doubt it's going to happen, though, do you?
I really believe it's going to happen. I mean, the way we had, the way the ruling came down, and with the mandate and the strong language that it had, I really believe it's going to happen. I just want to make sure that we have a good, sensible bill, and we don't give away everything to Cook County, Chicago. Because believe you me, they're going to try to make some concessions and try to get some things out of us to, try to protect their little realm that they live in. But I'm telling you, the courts are in our favor, so I don't see us giving up much.
I can only imagine Mayor Rahm Emanuel's reaction.
Well, I talked to some legislators that are close to him, and, of course, he was reviewing the 47-page ruling yesterday from the Federal Court of Appeals. He's not said much either. I know that
they're speechless.
he believes. I know he believes in gun control, but he's not made any statements yet. So I'd be curious to see what he's going to say too.